Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing good when you tune in and see this. So, this is going to be a general bones and charms reading for both Sagittarius and Capricorn. So, I'll be doing each sign separately and I will be providing stamps after the live is done. For some people who may just want Sagittarius or who may just want Capricorn. So before we get started, I do want to make sure that our sound is good and that we're going public. Okay, so we are public and we're going to check the sound. Okay, that should be good. All right. So we're all set with that. So I do want to do a little sound bell here in a moment to clear the energy from the bones and charms, to help me ground myself so I can hear my guides as quickly and as clearly as possible for you guys, and also for a moment for you guys to take a couple of deep breaths, to ground yourself as well. All right, so I want to do a little bit of incense here, as well, to kind of just clear the energy. So this is some matchstick incense that I have. So it's not too much, but just a little bit. There we go. All right, well, for you guys. Yes. A little bit all around. More for the bones and charms. And again, just to kind of clear and ground the energy. All right. So kind of just leave that over there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Everyone is welcome, regardless of where you may have Sagittarius or Capricorn in your chart. So yeah, we're gonna do a sound bell here. If you're sensitive to sound, you can temporarily turn it down. Sometimes it does get a little bit loud. All right. Okay, so this first one we're gonna start with is for Sagittarius. All right. I think that was a nice, good sound bell. And so now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the bones and charms that are in this little bowl. So when I shake them around again, it can make a little bit of noise. So if it's bothersome, you can just turn it down for a little bit. All right, so thank you for your patience and understanding, everybody, and for your energy and your views and all those things. All right, so thank you. Spirits, please guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius, for their highest good. Messages for Sagittarius, the Archer, for January 2025. Messages for Sagittarius. All right, a little bit more. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius, for their highest good for January and beyond. For 2025 January, messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. Spirit, please guide my hands. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius for their highest good. Messages for Sagittarius for their highest good for January. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Spirits, please guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to see? What does Sagittarius need to know for their highest good? Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius for January 2025 for their highest good. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius for their highest good for January 2025. Messages for Sag. All right. So I'm going to bring in some of them that have kind of gone off the mat. I'm just going to move them over a little bit. So when I do take the camera down in a few minutes, you can see everything a little bit better, but it doesn't change their meaning. I'm also going to flip over some of the bones and charms that I can that aren't disturbing the other ones. So when we get closer, you can see things, okay? Let's see, move this one over. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I don't want to move the others until we get there because a lot of it is kind of concentrated here, kind of in the center this time, Sagittarius. So that's not necessarily a good or bad thing, but I want to, like I said, not disrupt them until we get there. So I'm going to go ahead and take a picture, which I do for all the readings. And I will post it after the live is done for some people who may want to look at it later. Okay. So, yes. Now, before I take the camera down, I also want to see where they want me to start this reading. So, it's different for every reading. All right. Spirits, please guide my hands. Spirits, please guide my hands. And we'll turn that down. It's just a commercial with the music. Spirits, please guide my hands. Where would you like me to start the Sagittarius reading? Where would you like me to start Sagittarius reading? Okay, so it's like right there, where the first skull is, and it looks like it's in the body and mental section. So again, I'll explain all this in just a few seconds. All right, so let me get the camera, guys, and show you everything more up close. Okay. So if you can see, basically what we have here, Sagittarius, is a lot of your bones and charms for this reading are really in body and mental health and relationships and love. And then there's also a lot in the center circle that you can't even see, okay? So that center circle that has all the quadrants and sections that intersect whatever falls in that center circle kind of affects everything, okay? And you got a lot going on there, all right? So we're going to start right here where this first skull is, because that's where Spirit told me to start, all right? But again, everyone is welcome regardless of where you may have Sagittarius in your chart. Okay, you could be a sun sign Sag, have your moon in Sagittarius. You could have your rising or ascendant sign is Sagittarius. Your Venus or Jupiter can be in Sagittarius. Really, wherever you may have Sagittarius in your chart, there may be a message for you in this reading. All right. But also another thing to keep in mind is this is a general reading, so take the parts that make sense to you and kind of leave the rest behind. This whole reading, it could be about you or a person you're dealing with or multiple people, kind of general environment situation, okay? So again, just kind of keep that in the background, all right? Now I also want to make sure we have a little bit of ambient music just going in the background there. Okay, so let's get closer here to where we're going to start. Okay, so if you can see this first skull right here, that's where Spirit wanted me to start this reading. And all the different sections, okay, I'll just call them out again real quickly. But we're going to start in body and mental, okay? We're going to have over here is relationships and love. Over here is work and money. And over here is spiritual unconscious, okay? So again, we're going to start like right here where the energy was drawing me. So sometimes where you see a skull can tell you a lot about where someone's mind is at or where it will be at. Now I have 2 skulls in this kit, okay? So it's not surprising that a lot of your bones and charms fell in these 2 sections, and then you have the 2 skulls kind of in each section. So one's in body and mental health, and the other one is in relationships and love, right on the line, split between work and money. I would say work and money is your least active section here this month. Doesn't mean that things aren't happening, but it means that Spirit wants you to focus more on these other areas, okay? All right, so if we're looking at this skull, right, when the camera focuses, all these bones and charms are kind of piled up on top of each other, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, okay? But definitely a lot of changes. I can see, like, to go this way a little bit, part of the butterfly is in that center circle and it's hiding here. So the butterfly does represent transformations, right? Changes. Okay, so lots of changes definitely going on here for you, Sagittarius. But all this beautiful good luck as well. I mean, that's the first thing that I look at because of this bright green color. So that's your green lucky rabbit's foot here, and body and mental health. So this could be your body and mental health or someone else's, multiple people again, or just your environment, okay? You have, very interestingly here, Sagittarius, 3 teeth bones all together. And that doesn't usually happen. So the first one here is a deer tooth. Then we have the bobcat tooth, and then we have a human tooth. So I don't know why I said teeth, but yes, these are teeth. And then this is a human tooth, okay? So when we talk about teeth, it means chewing over and digesting something here. So someone could be thinking a lot about their body and mental health, or someone else's, okay? And maybe where to find freedom with that. Because if we lift up this skull, underneath is the freedom cuffs, okay? So freedom being really big theme here. Where do we find freedom in our body? Where do we find freedom in our mental health as well, okay? Now, if we go this way a little bit, I also see the lock here. So this is a little bit of stagnant energy that someone is also thinking about, or the energy is there as well, if it's not a person, okay? But on the other side of that stagnant energy, we do have Pegasus, the winged horse here. So remember, we had freedom with the freedom cuffs, okay? And then we have freedom with Pegasus. So all this movement happening here, okay? Also, right on the line here, we do have the book, okay? That is in between body and mental health and spiritual unconscious, all right? So there could be some knowledge here that comes into you or from you or just in general about someone's health or about your health. But I really see here too, Sagittarius, that with this masculine charm here pointing right to the skull, if we're talking about higher vibrational masculine energy, and we all have masculine and feminine inside of us, but as kind of a general rule, I would say that the higher vibrational masculine energy means to be proactive and to be aggressive. Okay, so being proactive and aggressive with someone's overall health here is really showing out. Okay, now if I move this over, we also have the ship anchor kind of hiding underneath here. So you have 1, 2, 3 elements that include freedom. So we drop our ship anchor right when we need to stop the boat, so to speak. And then we lift it when we need to go. Lifting it and going is the freedom. So freedom and safety, both of those things definitely showing up here. So how can we be more proactive with our health or someone's health and have that freedom and that safety? Now I want to go back a little bit into the past here. Okay, so if we pull all the way back out, the things that have fallen outside of the main mat here are still in those sections if you follow the dotted lines, okay? But that just means past energy, okay? So the first thing, let me just get a little closer so you guys can see. First thing that we have here, okay, once the camera focuses, this is the snake vertebrae. So it's a piece of the snake's back, right? And when we talk about, let me turn that down. When we talk about our backbone or our vertebrae, it represents support, okay? Particularly when we're talking about snakes, they represent change, evolution, shedding of the skin. So when I look at this in terms of someone's body and mental health in the past, perhaps someone was feeling like they weren't getting enough support or help or support through some type of change through someone's health, okay, their body and their mental health. Now, if we go this way, we're going to imagine that that dotted line is kind of like right there, okay, from the center. So also here in the past, Sagittarius, we have 2 of these raccoon penis bones showing up here. So again, masculine energy showing up, okay? It looks like here in the past we have the no coin, and the no coin is sitting on top of Saturn, okay? And then over here we have one of the raccoon claws. So here, Sagittarius, not only was it hard to find support in the past here for you or for someone else around some type of changes in the health with the body and mental health, perhaps Saturn came in here and was like no to something, okay? Now, this no doesn't have to be forever, but it started in the past, okay? And if we talk about Saturn, right, Saturn comes in and is going to make us responsible, make us take on more organizational kind of energy and just get us more serious about things. So it's like kind of half in the past, half in the future, current, present energies. So somebody maybe was saying no to getting serious about their health here, okay, or no at that time. And again, this no is also half in the past, half in the current, present energies, okay? But if we look right over here, okay, and it's still, you know, in that section or right on the line, if we go back and I put my pen here. So this angel coin represents angels, higher vibrational beings, ancestors, spirit guides, what have you. And it's because it's very close to the no, that no could have been this time. Normally, I would say it would be protection, but this is like opposition to someone's angels here, or opposition or fighting against becoming more serious about someone's health, okay? It's funny, but it's not funny, obviously, right? But it is something that we all do from time to time, right? Nobody is perfect. But if we trace that pen and we trace that line here, Sagittarius, going back to the center, even though there's all this good luck and all these things happening, if we just lift this up, what do we have right here? Irresponsibility, okay? So that opposition and that no, someone or some energy being like, no, I don't want to get serious about my health, my body, or my mental health, okay? That is because we follow that line to the irresponsibility coin as well. Now, it doesn't have to be you, and it doesn't have to be for whatever. So I don't want people coming at me like, blah, blah, blah. First of all, I'm a sun sign Sagittarius, and my Mercury is in Sagittarius, okay? So I'm not trying to say anything bad about any one sign over the other, okay? But this is what Spirit wants to talk about, and if you saw me cast the bones and charms, I didn't put them there, right? So don't come at me in the comments, okay? But this irresponsibility energy, even though it's there, and that no and that opposition energy that was a little bit in the past, it does create and support some type of transformation. Remember, I said that there was the butterfly. There it is, right? So big transformation, in all of the different areas, but we're starting in the body and the mental health, okay? So we'll kind of come back to the butterfly, and I'll put it back here. So the other thing that I'm getting here, Sagittarius, when I moved that green lucky rabbit's foot and right behind the skull here and the freedom handcuffs, right, we've got the leaf. So this is one of my symbols for clearing and cleansing, okay? And it's kind of, you can't see it, but all the different sections on the mat, they have little designs. So for relationships and love, there's a heart. For work and money, there's a money symbol. There's a cross in spiritual unconscious. And in this one, for body and mental health, there's a little figure meditating, okay? You can kind of see the head there. Now, this leaf being on the right shoulder here makes me think of there needs to be a clearing, or there is going to be a clearing and cleansing of negative energy around the body and mental health. So if you think of like that old kind of stereotype, like God and the devil on the shoulder, like good and bad energy, I don't necessarily believe in dualities because there's always gray areas, right? But there's definitely also something about burdens of health. So if we carry burdens on our shoulders, so to speak, right, there needs to be a cleansing definitely going on here, okay? Yeah, there's just a lot going on, Sag. Okay. I feel that even though there's the irresponsibility, this could have acted as a catalyst again for this transformation to happen. And even though there is that irresponsibility energy, you also had all this good luck, right? So it was like that when we kind of started, okay? If we follow, okay, these two raccoon penis bones, the one that's going into body and mental health, it's also touching the turkey wishbone here, Sagittarius. And what's inside of it, what's inside of the turkey wishbone's legs, is an envelope, okay? So there could be some type of information or communication or opportunity that someone is really wishing here for in terms of their health. Remember, we also had, going back this way right on the line, we had the book charm. So it's like information, communication, also opportunities, right? So someone is really wishing for that, or the energy is hoping to go that way. Now, also with this masculine, let's say higher vibrational energy, so being more proactive with the health and the body and the mental health, there's also double, good luck here as well, okay, with not only the green lucky rabbit's foot, but also the horseshoe and the ladybug inside of it. Then we have here a coyote claw, okay, and next to it is feminine energy. So we had all this masculine before over here with the masculine symbol, right, pointing right at the skull. And then here we have that feminine energy along with more masculine energy here. So because it's next to the coyote claw, it's like our claws, our fingernails, we're striving for something, we're trying to manifest something, right? And here it's higher vibrational feminine energy. So this is, as a stereotype, we would say, and we all have masculine and feminine, right? But as a stereotype, that higher vibrational feminine energy would be a soft receiving kind of energy here to help with that manifesting even more good luck, okay? Now, as we go this way, Sagittarius, I'm laughing because your symbol is right there. If we pick up and move that angel coin, and all of this is right on the line, okay, going back to the different sections, here's your symbol, Sagittarius, the bow and the arrow, okay? So your angels, your spirit guides, they want to help you with your body and mental health goals. And not only that, if we also look at where the arrow is pointing to, okay, this is your spider in your spider web. So your higher vibrational beings, your spiritual team wants to help you with your goals in your environment, okay, your body and mental health environment here. Now, this could have something also to do with another Sagittarius, or where you have Sagittarius in your chart, right? Like I mentioned at the beginning of the reading. It could also refer to Sagittarius season, but if it's not any of those things or in addition to those things, right? It could just be like, what are our goals? Where do we pull back the arrow and hit the target? And here the target is the environment. Okay, and what do we see around the environment? Double feminine energy now with both of these seashells being here. We also have the dragonfly, and then over here we have the twin fish. This is Pisces energy. So this could have something to do with the Pisces during Pisces season, where you have Pisces in your chart. Or if it's all of those things or nothing of those things, it could also just be, where do we feel like we can go with the flow with our overall body and mental health, okay? So where can we go where there's like the least resistance, where it feels the most natural and easier to do, all right? Because that's definitely showing up here. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this and move it off again so you can see all the other things that are here. Again, that's just imagine that imaginary line going down this way, okay? Sagittarius. I can see the crown here, and on top of the crown, okay, we have the lightning bolt, and then on this side, we have the cloud, all right? So this could have something to do with someone that has more knowledge than you, helping bring in new ideas, even though on one side there's confusion, on the other side there's a ability to trust the information, okay? That's the way that I'm hearing it. So this could also be, if this is not someone else that has more knowledge than you, and turn that down. And since we're in body and mental health, that could be a doctor, a mentor, health mentor. It could be a mental health practitioner. It could be a trainer at the gym, like whatever it is, okay? Someone that has more knowledge than you in these areas could also help bring in these new ideas. But it could also be your own leadership qualities coming in here and trying to break away that confusion. And I really have to say that I haven't seen this in a while, but what does that look like if we just put those two together? A storm. Sagittarius, it's a storm. And it's not a bad thing because there's a lot going on here. And so it's just very interesting. I just wanted to show you that. Now, as we keep going, right, very close by on the line here too, and kind of touching everything. When I start moving them, it's not exactly the way it was, but you get the idea. We also have the witch charm here. So this for me is a symbol for a friend, a group of friends, or a friendly type of energy here, okay, that wants to help bring in balance, right? We got the yin and the yang here. And this friend or group of friends or friendly type of energy could also be a teacher, a mentor, a guide, or again, your own leadership qualities, or it could be both of those things. But this friendly energy, right, coming out of the back of that witch's head is the North Star. So it's like this friendly energy wants you to help follow your North Star. And if we flip this over, this is Cupid, okay? And so Cupid, as I'm dropping it, was pointing right to the star, okay? It was something like that. I can't fix it perfectly, but it was like that, all right? And so Cupid is my symbol for love, right? It's all types of love. It's romantic, it's platonic with friends and family, and it's self-love. So there's all this support that is available here for you, Sagittarius, okay? And this teacher, this mentor, this guide, and or your own leadership qualities too, let me pick this up and move this over, wants to help you plant some seeds here for something that is of substance. Okay, so right next to the apple here, we have the corn. And then the corn is touching the hummingbird. And then the hummingbird is touching one of the honeybees. That then goes back to the freedom handcuffs from where we started in the beginning. So this teacher, this mentor, this guide, this doctor, this trainer, this counselor, whatever, and or your own leadership qualities is telling you here, big time Sagittarius, that in order to feel more free, and Sagittarius, you're ruled by Jupiter, right? It's all about freedom and expansion. This is like continue and keep doing the things that you're naturally good at, because that's going to bring you more of a sense of freedom. So the hummingbird flies backwards. It doesn't care what the other birds think, because ultimately it gets the sweetest nectar. So you need to do that too, Sagittarius, but not in a cocky or mean way, right? And I'm not saying that you do that. But here with also the honeybee, this is our symbol, or my symbol anyway, for individual power and community power. So it's like coming together, right? And there's something big about honey and nectar here, which I don't like to see them so close together, the bee and the hummingbird. There's maybe something about like a sweet nectar. Like, what does that mean, right? They would always say, people would say the nectar of the gods, right? So it's a metaphor, okay? Or maybe you're drinking something really sweet. I don't know, some sweet tea or something. But no, this is very transformative, okay? And there's a lot of information that's going to be happening, or already is, that really wants you to also pay attention to the details here, Sagittarius, with the strawberry that's right on the line too. And it was touching Cupid, and it was touching the yin yang. So in order to feel more of a sense of balance, we need to go over the details and not get too pulled out in the larger picture. We need to zoom in and go over those details, okay? So this is really cool here too, Sagittarius. We have the skeleton hand here, and then we have the bat on top of it, okay? And then it's touching all these other things, right? So the skeleton hand is one of my symbols for passed on loved ones and friends. It's ancestors, it's spirit guides, it's energy from the other side that wants this proactive energy, go-getter energy about your health or someone else's, for body and mental health, okay? They want you to feel not only free, but a sense of safety too, because remember we talked about that ship anchor that's kind of hiding underneath it. Your spiritual team here also, Sagittarius, perhaps wants to tell you that a big piece of the puzzle with the puzzle piece here is vibrations, okay? With the bat. So communicating, let me back up. Not communicating with the eyes and what we can see, but communicating with our voice and vibrations is going to be like a big kind of theme here as well for someone's overall health, okay? This is cute. So we got the lizard here in that center circle, again, connecting all the different sections, okay, and touching everything else. We got Leo the lion here. So this could have something to do with a Leo, or during Leo season, or where you have Leo in your chart. or it doesn't necessarily have to be any of that zodiac energy, and it's really just about the passion and the creativity. How can that bring healing here for you, Sagittarius? Because you're um, a fire sign, just like Leo is a fire sign. So, how can we use that fiery energy to not only bring healing and pieces of the puzzle together for someone's health, but also, this is the peace doves. Beautiful. Okay, so passion, creativity, healing, and peace. Okay, big dreams, right? but good. Um, we talked about this transformation happening here with the butterfly before, that was kind of hiding under the green lucky rabbit's foot and that irresponsibility coin that I just put over here. But this is also, here's the elephant, okay? So, let me see if I can get this better so you guys can see. Everything's so shiny right now. Okay, there we go. So the elephant is about memories. Elephants never forget. So there's some transformative memories here, some healing memories, some peaceful memories, some memories that bring in more creativity, but they also, over here, Sagittarius, bring in balance, okay? And the balance is on top of the water charm, okay? So balancing the emotions is going to be a big key here, okay, during all of these big transformations that are happening here, Sagittarius, because remember, it falls in the center circle, which affects all the different areas. So I feel like you may come back to this reading later and watch it for a second time, or maybe you get it the first time. That's cool too. But I might myself might have to watch it a second time, just because there's a lot. I excuse me. I also feel that there could be something here about travel. Okay, so this is the ship charm here. And then if we follow it, what's touching it is, here's a dog ankle bone, and here's your second skull. Okay, right on that line. So this could be about actual travel for someone's health, right? Maybe you have to travel to a health specialist, or it's just good in general for Sagittarius to travel, right? Every once in a while, when you can, of course. But there's a flexibility here that needs to happen with that. And someone or something maybe has been thinking a lot about that here as well, with this other human tooth bone here. And this is like, there's happiness on the other side. There's happiness that someone has been striving for a long time here, with the seashell charm and then the sun. Okay. Any questions here, Sagittarius? And I'm saying it in a stern way because I told you I have a lot of Sag in my chart. Questions about being successful, or questions about prosperity, they need to go. Okay? The scissors are on top. It's like that is not going to make someone happy here. Okay, if that is a pattern that you used to do, or someone else used to do, or the energy used to be like that, however you want to say it, that needs to go, because it's not helpful. Because over here we have a piece of the armadillo vertebrae, this white bone here that's very small and flat. Then we have the bicycle, and then we have the key. So the way that we find answers for someone's health here is to not only exercise, okay? That's a big thing, because we're still talking about body and mental health. We're like all the way over here, but that's because it crosses a line and all these things are touching each other. So again, this could be for someone about something to do with exercise, but it also represents all this movement that's going on. And so it's like the questioning of the movement is not going to help, okay? So trust that the movement is going to be slow, and that's the way that it should be, okay? With that bicycle also touching the turtle. This is another symbol here, Sagittarius, just like the skeleton hand. Okay, here's the coffin. This is pass on loved ones, friends, family, ancestors, spirit guides, energy from the other side that wants you to be more flexible, that wants you to go slow because there's all these changes and things going on. You can still slow down and manifest, right? Because here with this second raccoon claw and then the rope charm, it's like over time, this manifesting and this masculine energy is going to connect you more to, it's like this raccoon bone is wanting your spirit guides to give you a hug. Your spirit guides want to give you a hug, okay? They want to help you with these things. Your passed on loved ones and friends want to help you with these things, okay? So, damn, wow, Sagittarius. Okay. We're like one section down. This might be a longer reading, but that's okay because it is what it is. So, let me just put the stuff back the way it was first as we pull back out, okay? And turn this garbage down in the background. Stupid commercial. It's just ambient music for the aliens. The aliens? Oh my god. I was going to say ambient music for the animals, but maybe for the aliens as well. All right. we're channeling something here today. But that's hilarious. You know, what's an alien, right? It's just a term. We've covered this section, okay? So now we're going to go over here, and since we've already talked about all these things that cross over, now we're going to look at it in terms of relationships. So all types of relationships, romantic, platonic, and self-love, okay? We're going to go back all the way over this in a moment, but I want to see the things that are out here all the way by themselves, because that's another piece of the puzzle, so to speak, as well. Sorry, my cord got a little tangled there. Okay, so the first thing here that I can see right on the line, and a little bit goes into the past here, but it's mainly in the future, current, present energies right on that line in relationships, is an emotional wish. Okay, look at that. The cup and the wish charm. And then very close to but not touching is the nutmeg. So perhaps there's an emotional wish here for more abundance, okay, in our relationships. If we also go this way, Sagittarius, here we have the alligator claw. That's mainly on the black mat, a little bit goes off into the white mat. And then over here, we have one of the coyote penis bones. Okay, so we have masculine energy here, we have good luck, and we have manifesting, okay, and striving for something. So I'm trying to think of a way to summarize kind of a little bit of what we said for body and mental health, and then put the spin on relationships, right? So overall, there's a big transformation happening, right? There could have been some type of catalyst here about someone being irresponsible or an energy being irresponsible in our relationships, okay? There was a maybe back here with that no that's, well, actually, that one doesn't apply. I take that back because it doesn't actually connect. Okay, so we'll leave that aside. But definitely the irresponsibility is here right in the center circle that affects this one. So this irresponsibility energy could have been a catalyst. And despite this irresponsibility energy, remember we had all of that good luck, right? And that is your ruler, Sagittarius, Jupiter, good luck, okay? Doesn't mean you don't have hardships, but maybe a little bit more lucky than other signs in some areas. So with this transformation that's happening with the butterfly in our relationships as well, there's a healing energy, a peaceful energy, a striving for emotional balance, okay? Because a lot is on the line, right? We can see that with just the way that everything fell. But going back to this emotional wish for more abundance in our relationships, that can be a lot of pressure too. So here is balancing the emotions with the water charm and the symbol for Libra. Could have something to do with the Libra during Libra season, where you have Libra in your chart. If it's none of those things or all those things, it could also just be, where do we find an equal give and take within our emotions in our relationships? Okay. There's also something going on here, Sagittarius, needing to go over the details and dreams being really important and healing here with the element, the elephant, with the elephant touching the lizard, going back to the peace doves, going back to Leo the lion. Also could have something to do with the Leo, okay, or something with Leo. But I say the dreams, but also it could be something about dreaming about travel, okay, here with that ship charm that's upside down. Now, your loved ones, people that love you here, not only romantic but platonic and love for yourself, want you to follow your North Star, to keep looking for this balance. And there's that friendly energy there with the witch. I can't get my W's right. With the witch charm here, okay? There's also the need to work with a teacher, a mentor, a guide, our own leadership qualities in our relationships, and doing what we're naturally good at and not necessarily caring what other people think, not in a cocky way, but in a way where we're serving the community, okay? The honeybees, the worker bees serve the queen bee, but if each honeybee quit, there would be no queen bee or honey and everyone would die, right? I know that sounds super dramatic, but it represents individual power and community power. So keep clearing. The sense of freedom is going to come when we do things that we're naturally good at, okay? And being proactive with our own vibrations, with ourself and others. Okay, Spirit really wants you to think about this or do this here, Sagittarius. So the bats are blind, they communicate with sounds and vibrations. This is also important in our relationships, right? On a subtle level, our words carry weight and energy, but even if we can't see things, okay, it still is energy. So being proactive about that as well. To clear, come on camera, any stagnant energy that may be here within the relationships, okay, with, come on camera, I guess I'm just too close, or the lighting here. Actually, hold on guys, let me try one thing. I forgot to turn on my other light. I don't know if that would be too much light or, let's try it. Let's see if it helps. Does that help? Not really. But, oh, there we go. I just put my shadow on it. Okay. There we go. So here's Sagittarius in terms of our relationships, right? We're still talking about that. If there's some stagnant energy and there's a sense of busting out of that, it's almost like this Pegasus winged horse is headbutting the stagnant, stale energy with the lock. Okay? How are we going to get through the storm and bring in these new ideas about relationships? One of the ways that we can do that is to tap into our feminine energy here with both of these seashells, to have more feminine energy in our environment for our relationship goals here, Sagittarius, with that bow and arrow pointing towards the spider and the spider web, right? Because over time, we're going to be able to manifest things if we keep this flexibility in our relationships. It's like your spiritual team really wants here with the dog ankle bone, then connected to the coffin and the turtle and the claw, to go slow and be flexible, okay? There's also something around here about travel as well with the bicycle, or just showing a lot of movement and change in one relationship or all of them. It feels like all of them, especially with self. That's the first relationship, right? Self-love. There's going to be answers with this movement and this travel. And if there is any questioning here, Sagittarius, if a relationship or one relationship is going to be successful or have prosperity in it, that thinking is not helpful and it needs to be cut away. Okay? Because it's not going to bring this happiness that's so close and so deep, Sagittarius. It could even go back to past lives here with the seashell charm. Okay? All right. Ooh, child. Let's pull back out here for a second and see if we can also get a little bit more ambient music. So, we just got through the two most active sections, right? So now, well, actually, no. I forgot to talk about two of the other things here that are still touching. I was waiting to talk about it. So, what do we have here? Okay, right next to the symbol for Libra, the balance scales, balancing the emotions we talked about. We also have the mermaid here and then the frog. So not only in our health or someone else's body and mental health, but also in our relationships, all type of relationships, there's needs to be, or there's going to be some type of leap of faith here that does again come either from past lives, or this leap of faith is a long time coming. Okay, because the mermaid, the way that I look at it is like the Little Mermaid. She's like, let me show you. She's sitting there. Let's imagine the mermaid's on a rock, okay? So the mermaid's on the rock and she's sitting there and she's like, I wish I could be a human, right? With the Little Mermaid story. So that is that longing here, Sagittarius, to do something that has been around for a long time. And it's about some type of leap of faith, and taking a leap of faith with maybe even balancing. The goal is to balance the emotions here. Okay? So that's kind of the last thing that I'll say for those two. All right, with that being said, let's go into work and money here now, Sagittarius. I think I said already before, but I'll say it again. This is like the least active section in your reading. So when that happens, it just means Spirit wants you to focus more on those other areas. Doesn't mean that things aren't happening here, but they want you more on the other place, on the other sections. Okay. So we're also going to talk about the things that are a little bit in the past here, or right on the line. We'll talk about going back to that and how that applies to work and money. But here we got the buckeye, Sagittarius, and this is in half in the past and half in the current present energies. So the buckeye does represent abundance, okay? And if we go this way, Sagittarius, excuse me, we have some type of emotional wish here with the cup and the wish charm. There's an emotional wish for something about work, or about the money, or with the work, or with the money, the finances, or being valued, okay? And one of the big things here, Sagittarius, is there's a cleansing around a support system here, perhaps, okay? Because this is the fish vertebrae and underneath it is the feather, okay? Again, like, all this stuff that we just said can also apply here, Sagittarius. So striving for emotional balance at work, with the money, the finances, and needing to take some type of leap of faith, okay? Not only about money and work, but how we're being valued, okay? Because there's a big transformation happening also in work with the butterfly there, okay? There's a peaceful energy with the peace doves. There's a creativity energy with Leo the lion. There's a piece of the puzzle. There's healing energy and memories and going over the details at work, with the work, the money, the finances. There also still needs to be some flexibility here, Sagittarius, with this dog ankle bone that's also on the line and touching all the things, and also applies to this, right? So if we're more flexible and we cut away, there can't be doubts. Like, it's normal to have doubts here, Sagittarius, but that is like, it can't be anymore. The same applies to work and money and finances and being valued. So with those scissors on top of the question mark and the fish, don't question the success. Don't question the prosperity that's perhaps coming into your life in also work and money and finances and being valued. Continue to, instead of question, trust, even if it's blind trust, even if it's like fake it till you make it trust. Because with this armadillo vertebrae piece here, armadillos have that hard outer shell. So can you, Sagittarius. Especially at work, with the work, the money, the finances, or being valued. Because that's like, it's not like being super tough or mean or anything. It's not anything too extreme, but it's like trusting, having this blind faith, or I don't even want to say blind faith, but just having faith, right? That the answers will come with these changes. That's what's going to help. And to go slow with these changes, okay? Because over time, it's going to affect the whole environment at work, with the money, the finances, or being valued, okay? You also may find here, Sagittarius, that during this time, we're saying this reading is for January. It could definitely go beyond January. So the readings that I do are timeless. All right. So it could be February, it could be March. It could go back in a little bit in the past, whatever it is for you, since it's a general reading. But you may find that when you see this reading, you need to really step into your leadership roles here and also continue to work with others that have more knowledge than you, here with the crown and the lightning bolt and the cloud and the apple, and apply it to work and money too, okay? Stay in that friendly energy. Keep following your North Star, striving for balance, planting seeds, doing things you're naturally good at, clearing anything that needs to be cleared. Okay, we don't want too much freedom. We also want safety that's buried under here with that ship anchor, right? So we stop our anchor when we need to go, and we lift it when we need to go. So freedom and safety. Yeah. Okay, Sagittarius, I hope that's starting to make a little bit of sense. Now, as we come to your last section here, and we're now in the spiritual unconscious, okay? You could also call this your intuition, what you feel when you're alone, when you're asleep, however you want to, whatever you want to call it, okay? I look at these two all together as overall health. So you have body, mind, spirit, okay? So let's take a deep breath, right, after all this and lots of talking, and see kind of what is showing up here in the past. What is in the white parts of the mat, okay, for that section. So I can see the fork here. We got the safety pin. We have a piece of the whale vertebrae, that little white piece. And then we have the chair. It was on its side, so I just turned it over a little bit there, okay? So in terms of someone's spiritual intuition in the past, these things are all separate, but it's almost like someone was starting to work on these things. Or if it's not you or another person, the energy was starting to shift. And what is the past? This could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. Okay? But what are we spiritually digesting and eating? Okay? What media are we consuming? What are we listening to? All the things. Okay? Is it safe? Is it good for us spiritually? Does it make us feel more support? Does it make us feel more at home? Or it could have something to do with someone's home where they live as well. But it's more where we feel at home, because now we're in spiritual, intuitive, unconscious. Okay? So that was going on in the past. Now this broom moved a little bit, but when it first, everything came out, it was like on its side there. You guys can see that. Okay, coming underneath the baby here. Okay. So the baby can represent your children, someone else's children, or a childlike energy, okay? But with the broom coming out of underneath it, there needs to be a clearing here, okay? Something to do with this childlike energy. There's something that needs to be cleared. There's also a big emphasis here, Sagittarius. Let me pull back out so it'll focus, hopefully. On family, okay? Because this is the seahorse. So this could be about being a parent, your actual parents, your blood family, and or could also be your tribe, your group of people that you consider like family. There's definitely a heavy presence there. There's good luck also here over here with the 4-leaf clover, right? But in between, these things are all separate. Perhaps there's some challenges with the family or one family or multiple families, but there's also good luck, okay? As we go closer here, Sagittarius, this is my listening seashell, right? If it was a bigger one and we put it up to our ear, we could hear the ocean. So because it's touching and pointing towards my symbol for Capricorn here, that's then touching other coyote penis bone, that's then touching the listening bells. Ooh, child. This is Sagittarius, like double listening, okay? Could be something really important about a Capricorn or during Capricorn season that we're still in until the 20th of January, I believe. And then move into Aquarius. But if it's nothing to do with like the Capricorn zodiac energies, it's really about, well, how can we listen to be more resilient and not give up and be hardworking in our spiritual unconscious intuition? How can we be more proactive with that? How can we take the higher vibrational masculine energy and keep listening? Intuition is listening to yourself, to your guides, right? So how can we also have more abundance here with the money bags, right? Because there is, we talked about it all a long time ago, back over here, right on the line that's not touching anything, Sagittarius, is the book charm. So there could be some type of spiritual information that someone's really listening for, or is going to listen for, or needs to listen for, right? And then of course, since we're going through a body and mental and relationship and work and money and spiritual transformation, the butterfly in the center, okay? Still transformative, still healing, still peaceful energy, still fiery energy, striving for balance in the emotions, needing to take some type of leap of faith here with the frog. Yeah, I don't know. I think this makes sense. My guys are saying to stop now because I don't want to like keep repeating the same thing. But take a lot of deep breaths, Sagittarius, because I felt that during your reading, because there are so many changes. But they feel like changes for the better. It doesn't make it any easier, right? And don't forget that you have all that good luck that wants to come in and cancel any irresponsibility energy, okay? So yeah, Sagittarius, that's your reading. Damn, that was a good, a very unique reading, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back up for a little bit, and we're going to clear the energy and switch over to Capricorn. All right, so thank you guys for your patience as always. And oh, I think I dropped this little piece. Hold on. Doesn't always stay balanced there. Let's try that. Okay, something like that. So you can kind of see the table again, and you can see me. All right. So guys, thank you. Let's go ahead and move all this out and switch to Capricorn. All right. And again, I will be posting that picture of all of this after the reading is done, in case you want to look at it again. But yeah, enjoy this time period, Sagittarius. Take the time to breathe through the changes, okay? All right. We're going to let the bones and charms rest with the crystals here. Do a little bit more incense. Do another quick sound bell. And then we're going to get into Capricorn. I feel like the camera might be crooked, but that's okay. What do you think, Hermes? You want to come say hi again? Hermes was in the beginning of the last reading I did before this for a second. You want to say hi? No? Yes? What do you think, Hermes? You want to say hi? Hermes, are you a Sagittarius? I don't think so. Come here, let me see. Are you, I think if we counted backwards, we said that you were, I think a Gemini Cancer? Is that what we said you were? Don't know exactly when you were born, right? Okay. So there's no food here, Hermes, but thank you for blessing the bones and charms and everybody. Say thank you. All right, so you go back down. We got to do our Capricorn reading here, Hermes. I also want to, guys, rotate the mat a little bit too. So when my eyes are closed, I don't know where all the sections are from memory. And it is, again, just messages kind of from spirit, okay? So, sound bell, yes, yes. And a little incense. Cleo, do you want to come say hi? She's tired. She said you gotta speak to her publicist. Okay. All right, Cleo, it's all right. All right, so let's do a little matchstick incense here to clear the energy for ourselves. Yes, yes. For the bones and charms. So we're clearing that Sagittarius energy away when we get ready for Capricorn. Yes, it is now Capricorn time. All right. Clear the energy, reconnect to the guides, all the things. All right. I'll put this over here. Okay, cool. So, yes, let's do our sound bell. If you're sensitive to sound, it can get a little loud, so you can temporarily turn it down. It won't be forever, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started here for Capricorn. This is going to be for Capricorn for January 2025 and beyond. All right. Capricorn, we're going to go ahead and start shuffling your bones and charms and see what messages we have for you coming from spirit. So again, it may be a little bit loud, so just be patient or turn the volume down temporarily if you need to. All right, so thank you guys for your understanding. Spirits, please guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn for their highest good. What does the goat need to see, need to know for their highest being for January 2025? Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. Earth sign Capricorn for their highest good. For January 2025, messages for Capricorn. Spirits, please guide my hands. Messages for Capricorn. Spirits, please guide my hands. Messages for Capricorn for January for their highest good. Messages for Capricorn for January. For Capricorn, the goat, for their highest good. Spirit, guide my hand, please. Messages for Capricorn for January. For their highest good. Spirit, please guide my hand. Messages for Capricorn for January. For their highest good. Messages for Capricorn for January. For their highest good. What does Capricorn need to see? What does Capricorn need to know for their highest good? Messages for Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. Okay. I think I felt like or heard. Yep. One of the charms went off the table there. Hold on, Capricorn. I can see it. So it's still going to be in those dotted lines, right? In the sections. It just went all the way in the past. The past is past, okay? So it looks like we got the nutmeg over here. Is that everything? Yep, I think so. Okay. So this nutmeg is, you can't see it yet, but you'll see it in a second when I take the camera down. It's in relationships and love in the past. Okay, so that's not necessarily a good or bad thing. We'll go over it more in a moment. But I also want to real quickly flip over any of the bones and charms that I can that aren't disturbing the others. So when I do bring the camera down, you can see everything as clearly as possible. Okay. I don't want to touch that one. It's too close. Okay. That one we can flip. Okay. All right. I think that looks good. So we're gonna take our picture, figure out where they want to start the reading, and then we'll oh, we have one all the way out here. I didn't see anything else falling out. Double check. I think we're good. Okay, so let's take a picture and we'll get started. Capricorn, move the pen out of the way here. Let's see if I can get everything. Let's do like that. Okay. Spirits, please guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn the goat. Where would you like to start this reading, spirits? Where would you like me to start this Capricorn reading, please? I've got like two big places they kind of want to start. Just flipping over one more charm I didn't see. Okay, so we're going to start in body and mental health here because that was the strongest one. The other second strongest one is work and money, okay? And in Capricorn, right? It's not surprising. So everyone is welcome regardless of where you may have Capricorn in your chart. It could be sun sign Capricorn, moon Capricorn, have your ascendant rising in Capricorn, your Jupiter could be in Capricorn, your Saturn, your Pluto, whatever it is. Everybody is welcome, okay? Forgot to say that. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to get the camera here and show you guys kind of what I can see more up close. All right. It's loud, sorry. All right, so let's see here, Capricorn. Majority of your bones and charms this reading are also pretty spread out. You've got a lot going on over here. In the past, anything that's off of the black mat is still in those dotted lines in those sections, but it's past energy. So there's a lot in the work and money that we'll go over in a little bit, but we're going to start here first. Once I turn that down, a little annoying commercial with the ambient music. Okay, but this section, the body and mental health here, Capricorn, a lot of the energy was drawing me right here. So that's where we're going to start. Also, remember that this whole reading could be about you, someone you know, you're dealing with, multiple people, or just your general environment situation. So always take the parts that make sense to you and leave the rest behind, okay? And use your own intuition, of course. So the only thing here, Capricorn, that's really in the past in terms of your body or mental health or someone else's, etc., is right on the line here going out. Half on the white mat, half on the black mat is the spider in the spider web. So there could be something that was going on in the past in someone's overall health. Okay, there was like an importance put on your body and mental health environment or someone else's, and this started in the past. Okay, now as we go further in, we got Pegasus the winged horse here, we have the dragonfly, and we have the honeybee. Okay, one of the honeybees over here. So this is like somebody's body and mental health. Their dreams were to have more freedom, but also have an individual and sense of community. Okay. I feel that someone's mind was heavy on listening to their own body or their mental health or both. So where we can see a skull in my reading, and I have 2 skulls in this kit, can tell us a lot about where someone's mind is at or where it will be at, okay? So the skull is right here in body and mental health. So someone with the listening bells here, and then with the coyote claw, it's like listening to ways to clear the body and the mental, okay? Listening for ways to manifest a deeper cleansing here. There also is a big emphasis here on nutrition, okay? Since the apple has fallen this time in the body and mental health. So nutrition for the body, but also good, healthy, or good mental health mindsets, or hygiene, mental health hygiene, okay, is another way to say it, okay? But not only is it about eating the right things and digesting the right things mentally, okay, the mental hygiene, it could also be about a teacher, a mentor, a guide. It could be about a doctor, a trainer, one of those things or all those things. So this here, Sagittarius, could also be something to do with your support system here, because here we have the fish vertebrae, and it's right on the line between relationships and love and body and mental. So it applies to both, okay? When we talk about the fish vertebrae, it's a water animal. Capricorn, you're earth, or depending on where you have Capricorn in your chart, right? You're the goat, okay? There perhaps needs to be more going with the flow, with the supportive energy for someone's health here, okay? This here, Sagittarius, where is your symbol? Let's see. I don't even know where it is. Hold on. It's probably hiding somewhere. I thought this at first, Sagittarius, was the Sagittarius. I thought Capricorn, that this was the symbol for Capricorn at first. I thought it was the goat, but it's actually the frog. We will find your goat in a little while, okay? So all these things are touching each other, and they were right on the line here, Capricorn. So what does this mean? We got first thing Cupid, okay? Kind of hanging out upside down next to the skull here. Then we had the frog. Then we also have the symbol for Sagittarius, the symbol for Libra, okay? So when we see this, it can be like something to do with the Libra, or something to do with the Sagittarius, Libra season, Sagittarius season, where you have Libra or Sagittarius in your chart. Or it doesn't mean any of those things or all those things in addition to that. It could be like, well, where do we find our body body and mental health goals. Where do we pull back that arrow and hit a target for someone's health here? And perhaps how do the goals, the body and mental health goals, be more about balance and justice and equal give and take? Okay. There's a big leap of faith here, though, with the frog, that either needs to happen or is going to happen. Okay. And I have to look at the picture, but I don't think that the envelope charm was touching. Let me double check. I could be wrong. Oh no, it was. Okay. Another reason why I like to take the pictures, because stuff gets moved around. Why won't it let me make it bigger? Okay, it is touching though. All right, so move it back a little bit. So when we see that envelope charm there, Capricorn, this is talking about a letter, message, document, okay, that either you give or someone gives to you, or it comes in general, okay? It could also be an opportunity if it's not a communication about somebody's body and mental health goals, about striving for balance, about this leap of faith. But I do like that Cupid is here, Capricorn, because that's my symbol for love. It's romantic love, it's platonic love with friends and family, and it's self-love. This frog is stepping off of Cupid to get a bigger push and jump. So the people that love you, okay, and your love for yourself, or someone's love for their self, is helping this leap of faith happen. And it almost looks like the frog's hand, and I'm not sure if it was exactly like that when they started to move, is going for the envelope. It's almost like this information or this opportunity may not happen until someone here makes a leap of faith, where they just trust in something where they don't know the outcome, right? And they just do it anyway. Or if it's not a person, it's just the energy shifts anyway. Okay. Now, I want to go here, Capricorn, and pull out for a second and look at everything before we move into the next section here, and just kind of let the camera focus. But we have all these different sections or quadrants, and we have work and money over here, we have spiritual and conscious here, we have body and mental health, and then we have relationships and love. But there's a center circle here, so whatever intersects with that affects all the different areas. And you're still not under there. I was looking for the goat. Maybe the goat's over there. We'll find it later. Okay. But what we have, okay, is the strawberry. And the strawberry was touching the mountain charm. And then we have the lightning bolt. Okay, and the no coin was on top of those things. And then they're connecting to a lot of other things. So we'll go over there in a little bit more in detail. But this is like there could be some challenges over some details with the body and mental health, but also with something in the spiritual unconscious. Well, I guess we're already there, so we'll go that way. But when I see the no, some people like don't like it, right? That's not the first word we learn when we're younger. Like no, when we're a toddler, right? This no, whatever this is, this energy, doesn't have to be no for forever. It could be no for right now, okay, when we're doing this reading. And sometimes no is this angel's way of protecting us, or protecting someone else, or protecting the energy. So I don't want you to look at it in a negative way, okay? Look at it as a learning opportunity, all right? So this no type of energy, okay, was not only resting on the lightning bolt here and the strawberry and, okay, the mountain charm, the challenges over going over the details and new ideas. It was connecting to the hummingbird and the freedom cuffs, which then touch, okay, the yin and yang, which then touch this seashell, which then touches this seashell. So feminine, double feminine energy here. So this no could be about no to having too much freedom. being caring, not caring to the point where it's the opposite of balance, and then that creates challenges in the details for someone's body and mental health and their spiritual unconscious. You could also call this section, instead of spiritual unconscious, you could call it your intuition. You could call it what you feel when you're alone at night, right? There is like a deep thinking about and chewing over and digesting individual power and community power. So here we have that other honeybee, and I don't want to flip it over because there's all these things on top, but hopefully you can see that. And that let me slow down, I get excited. This honeybee is also touching the deer tooth. So chewing over and digesting, then we have the human tooth here, chewing over and digesting, really thinking about, well, how do I listen to this feminine energy to bring in more happiness here with the sun? Also, when we talk about the deer as an animal, they're very gentle, right? So it could be about getting back to some type of sense of like gentle new ideas. Like the new ideas don't have to be necessarily threatening if we are going over the details, okay? Or someone or the energy. Now, this also is connected to something to do possibly here with children, Capricorn, your children or someone else's, or if you don't have children, it also could just be a childlike energy, okay? So getting back to that innocence, that gentleness is part of also manifesting some type of big wish here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me pull back out. So all these things are touching. They're on this line and touching the circle, which then goes back and affects this section that we're in here in spiritual unconscious. But it's like a double wish, a big ass wish. Because this is the turkey wishbone, and then the wish charm fell into the turkey wishbone's legs. Okay? So this wish, this spiritual wish, that has also that raccoon penis bone coming in, it's very emotional. Okay? There's the cup supporting it. Okay? The cup, the water, the emotions. It is very emotional. It's supporting some type of masculine energy here. We could say it's divine masculine energy, or being more proactive or aggressive in a sense for some type of spiritual wish. Now on the other side of that, and is touching and right on the line, is the question mark, and then the scissors, the broom, and then the mermaid. Okay, so here I can see, Capricorn, that is, if someone's questioning some type of wish here, a big emotional wish, spiritual wish, that needs to be cut away, and that indecisiveness and that longing and that mermaid just sitting there, okay, that mermaid needs to get up and get off the rock or the beach or whatever, and she needs to go back into the ocean. Okay? Because there's a time here, Capricorn, to go slow with the spiritual unconscious or their intuition here, all the way out here with the turtle. If we look at what's in the past in this section, we have the water charm, we have the snake vertebrae piece here, and then we have the ship charm. Okay? So they're not touching, but they're very close. There also, spiritually in the past, was a lot of emotions, perhaps around something to do with travel. Also, it could be astral travel, traveling in our dreams, or traveling in the 5D. Okay, not only when we're sleeping, some people can do that. This was not touching, but it hovers over it very closely, if you look at it that way. But the snake represents here, Capricorn, basically some type of evolution within our support system, our spiritual support system. God, the lighting is not wanting to cooperate with me. I feel like it was like that. Now I can see it better. Okay, so it doesn't change the meaning when it's out here by itself, but they're not touching, they're just really close. Okay, so perhaps that's why in the beginning or currently it may feel a little bit slow in terms of someone's intuition or their spiritual unconscious. But if we go this way, okay, from the turkey wishbone and that childlike energy and that big emotional spiritual wish, your spiritual team is twice here too. We got the angel coin and then we have the coffin. It's like over time, the more that someone goes with the flow, okay, so they can feel at home spiritually, that's when we're going to get answers with the key here. That's when we're going to feel freedom and safety here with the ship anchor, okay? Um, Also, too, here, Capricorn, this could have something to do with your spiritual family or your blood family or both, okay, with the seahorse here. Um, this could be about taking some type of masculine proactive approach about how to feel more spiritually at home, right? And this masculine charm is actually pointing towards the money bags. And then over here we have the raccoon claw right on top of it. So it's like, get the abundance. Where is the spiritual, unconscious, intuitive abundance? Because there can be a little bit of confusion because there's a big transformation happening, right? But there can also be a peaceful energy through all of that as well here with the peace doves. So that's really, really beautiful, Capricorn. If we also look at what else is on the line that is affecting this section as well, is the more that we listen, the more that we clear energy, because all these things are on the line here too that relate back to this. So clearing things, using people that love us as a support system to make some type of spiritual leap of faith, okay, to bring us more balance and justice, reciprocity in our spiritual targets or goals. This can perhaps bring us towards some type of information or communication that you're going to give or someone's going to give to you, or it comes in general spiritually with through your intuition, right? And so there, going back to the no coin, there is a power in saying no, right? Remember how I was like, that's the first word we learn when we're a toddler sometimes, right? So there's a power in saying no sometimes, or accepting a no. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for forever, but that's something that's like big throughout the reading, okay? In all the different areas. All right. So now with that being said, I want to move to work and money, because I felt like these two, work and money and body and mental, were your most active sections. And then your least active section actually is relationships and love. Doesn't mean that there's not still things happening here, but it means Spirit wants you to focus more on these other areas, right? So let's go ahead and move into this section and look at what's here in the past, because there's a lot. Okay, I'm just moving that closer. Excuse me, so we can see it, but it doesn't change the meaning. So if I take the camera down and go this way, there's our other skull, Capricorn. Remember I said where the skulls are in a reading can tell us a lot about where someone's mind is at or where it will be. Okay, so you had one in body and mental health, and not surprisingly, the other one's out here in the past and work and money. Okay, so in the past, someone could have been thinking a lot about, where do I find my lucky rabbit's foot, my good luck? Where do I also find this manifesting energy here with the alligator claw? So someone in the past was chewing over and digesting this, or if it wasn't a person, the energy was feeling that way, okay? And with the bobcat tooth, it's about like the stealthness of a cat, right? So bobcats are a little bit bigger than domestic cats, but not too much bigger, I don't think. But it's, cats are like fearless, right? So it's like in the past, somebody was maybe thinking about, well, how can I capitalize on the good luck in my work and money, my finances, where I'm feeling valued? How can I keep manifesting that and not necessarily like make huge waves, but be really stealthy? I don't even normally use that word, but that's the word coming to my mind, what my guides are saying. If we go this way here, Capricorn, there could have also been a little bit of a blockage here in the past about our support systems at work, with the work, the money, the finances are being valued here. Perhaps there was a lack of being more adaptive and going with the flow here, okay? Also with the lock here, and then we have one of the coyote penis bones, and then we have the witch charm over here. So perhaps this is my symbol for friends, a group of friends, or a friendly type of energy. Perhaps maybe wanted to help with this, but it wasn't like landing, like she just kept flying around on her broom and she couldn't stop and get off her broom yet, okay? If we go this way here at Capricorn, in the past, even though there was maybe that blockage, but then all this good luck over here and stuff happening and manifesting, there was also a lot of beautiful protective energy. With the work, the money, the finances are being valued. So here we see the Norse symbol for protection, and it's laying on top of the dog ankle bone. So the dog ankle bone, our ankle bones, they have to be flexible so we can move, right? It's our foot. It's about moving forward with the work, the money, the finances are being valued. So there was a lot of protective energy there. It started in the past. It's still happening. Another symbol for good luck in the future, current, present energies here with that horseshoe and the ladybug inside, okay? I love this here for you, Capricorn. So this Norse symbol of protection is sitting on top of this raccoon penis bone, the first one that or the second one that we are talking about. And it looks like the curved part of the bone wants to come in here and scoop up the book charm and the star. So there could be some type of information about following your North Star here in terms of your career or someone's career or their work, their money, their finances, their side hustle, whatever it is, or your side hustle, whatever it is. This also, let me turn that down. This higher vibrational masculine energy, this go-getter energy, is very protected, okay? So keep doing your research here or learning something here, or allowing the information to come in. You don't necessarily have to take it, but just allow it is what I'm hearing here, Capricorn. Now, as we go this way, Capricorn, there's also a little bit here in the past, that leaf charm, okay? And then we have half of the puzzle piece, and then we have Saturn and the fish here and the fork and the armadillo vertebrae piece, okay? So there was perhaps a cleansing that needed to happen or started to happen here in the past, because it's all the way out here. There was a big piece to the puzzle. This cleansing energy or clearing energy could have been very supportive. Here's your ruler, Capricorn, okay? Here's Saturn. That's your ruler, okay? So this is about you feeling more like yourself at work, with the money, the finances, or being valued, okay? So getting more serious, getting more organized, and feeling more like yourself in these areas. In the beginning, or currently a little bit, it may feel like, well, my success is just not hitting the mark yet, okay? It's not all the way there, or my support system around these things is not all the way there yet. And that's because with the fork being there, it's about, what are we digesting in terms of our work environment? What are we digesting in terms of our money, finances environment? What are we digesting in terms of our being valued environment with these things? Okay, so maybe that's why it wasn't landing before. And just like the witch that was just moving around on her broom, and she's like, I'm tired, I need to get some water, I need to stop. She couldn't, right? You couldn't, someone couldn't, the energy couldn't. But as we go this way here at Capricorn, there's a lot of healing there with the lizard and the crown around someone that has more knowledge than you, and or your own leadership qualities at work, with the work, the money, the finances. It was right on the word there on the map, okay? There's also like 3 times feminine energies. The feminine charm here, and then these 2 seashells, right? It's so, when they're also connected there with the bat in between them and then the sun, it's like the feel good energy, the happiness, the happy vibrations at work with the money, the finances. This is going to happen through getting in touch with this feminine energy, and that's the soft receiving energy. So, as before, when we had masculine here and we had masculine here, there's a time and a place for that, right? We all have masculine and feminine. But here it's also, Capricorn, about, getting in touch with maybe why we're working or striving so hard for the money, the finances, if you have kids or someone else's kids. But it could also be, in addition to that or not that, a childlike energy. And then going back to the deer tooth, going this way. How can we have this childlike energy with the work, the money, the finances to help bring in, remember, we lift this up, new ideas? How can we go over the details and the challenges in the details, the paperwork, let's say, with the work, the money, the finances are being valued? Maybe there was a resistance to that, or that's that no energy again. Doesn't have to be no for forever, but it's there. You could be saying no, or someone saying no to you, or just no in general, right? Could be more of a protective energy, because there still needs to be a listening. This is my listening seashell, right? If it was a bigger one, we put it up to our ear, we could hear the ocean. There's still a listening that needs to happen to bringing in more balance here with the work, the money, the finances are being valued, and also a sense of freedom. And then the hummingbird. And Capricorn, I don't know where your charm is. I think in the beginning, remember I kept looking for a charm? Like, I still do not see it. It has got to have gone somewhere. It's like a mystery. I don't know. Let me look again on the floor, but oops, I don't see where it could have gone. Hold on, guys. I got everything. Where's the goat? That's so weird. So Capricorn, unfortunately, like, until I find what section is in, because that's your symbol, let's say if you're sun sign Capricorn, or even if you're not a sun sign Capricorn, it's like you may be feeling out of sorts, okay, during this time, because I can't find you. Can you find you? I mean, where did you go? I really don't know where it went, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going because I know this reading's already really long, but that is bizarre, and I'm like, I need that thing. Where did it go? Where are you, Capricorn? Very bizarre. Okay, well, oh no, did the dogs take it? I'm looking in the dog bed. Cleo, did you take the Capricorn symbol? No, I looked under the table. I'm gonna keep looking, guys, but that's really weird. I don't think that's ever happened in a reading. I don't think so. But that there's a reason why that happened, right? It's not connected, right? Because what I was about to start talking about here, Capricorn, is that hummingbird, and then the freedom cuffs in terms of your work or money or finances. So if someone is feeling like out of sorts and is trying to think about my work environment and how to have more healing and happiness, vibrations, and how to step into a leadership role or work or heal something with a higher up or someone that has more knowledge, if all these things are happening and we feel out of sorts, then it's going to be hard to do what we're naturally good at, right? And that could be why we have this no here. Like this no could be here, and until we find the Capricorn symbol. I actually just found it, guys. You're going to laugh at me. I found it though. It's been a long day, guys. Okay. I'm going to show you right now where it is. The big reveal. Oh my god, it was hiding this whole time right here in relationships and love. Okay. Your last section. It was right under this other seashell. And also right next to the elephant. My god. Okay, let's flip it over. There you are, Capricorn. Oof, at least I didn't lose it. So what does that mean? Right? Now we're in relationships and love. This is all relationships. Okay? This is romantic, self-love, platonic with friends and family, and it's also work relationships. Okay? There was a reason why that was underneath there, and it took me forever to find it. When I look at things on the heart shape, this can be about our heart chakra, okay? And we have the elephant there with the symbol for Capricorn. So it's like you're going to feel more like yourself here, Capricorn, or it can have something to do with another Capricorn, or during Capricorn season of this year, of last year, of next year, the one that's about to end in a few days, right? That it's like memories of yourself and memories of your resilient energy. Okay? The sense of not giving up in your relationships. There's a sense of loyalty here, and it's very nurturing, okay, Capricorn, with that seashell on top of it. Okay, feminine, divine, feminine energy, higher divinely feminine energy. Okay? As if we shift over here to look what's in the past here, we have someone chewing over and digesting how to have more abundance in their relationships. Okay, so we got the buckeye and also the nutmeg over here. So maybe somebody doesn't want small potatoes in their relationships. Who does, right? Let's go for the big potato, the big nut. Also, your spiritual team here, Capricorn, it's like they really want you to feel them. It's almost like if they want to cross the veil and come over. This could have something to do with a Leo that's passed on, but it doesn't have to be. Or something about Leo season, or where you have Leo in your chart. Or it doesn't have anything to do with the zodiac stuff, and it's just about your spiritual team wants you to feel the passion, the creativity, the strength, and the courage in your relationships, starting with yourself and then romantic and platonic with everyone else, etc. Doesn't have to be in that order, but you know what I mean. But definitely starting with self. There's a lot of movement here. If we pull all the way back out, this is your least active section during this reading here, Capricorn. So whatever it is that you're doing or someone else is doing or the energy is doing, keep doing it, because you have spirit wants you to focus more on these other areas, okay? So keep that resilient, hardworking energy. Keep the soft, receiving, feminine energy around some type of memories. And then also here with that fish vertebrae right on the line, this is about your relationship support system and maybe the need to, like I said before in the beginning, we started all the way over here in body and mental health, so it's on the line, it applies to both. The need for water and to go with the flow, and not against the tide, right? So if we're Capricorn, we're earth energy, we're the goat, we're slow moving energy. Maybe we need to let the energy flow and move just a little bit faster. Or maybe it's not about pace, right? But it's just about the flow. I also like that the safety pin is here. So it's something, even though there's movement going on, and it could have something to do with travel in one relationship or multiple, but doesn't have to be. but they could just represent movement. There's safety in that movement. Okay. Um, and also the same thing, you know, kind of applies to that no going back here with the hummingbird and the new ideas and the details, challenges around the details in a relationship or multiple relationships, and needing to get to that sense of freedom and balance. Okay. Um, that is like, you know, a big piece of the puzzle, so to speak. But when I was talking about the fish vertebrae here too, the water of the fish, your Pisces symbol was all the way over here, okay? Half underneath the angel coin, all right? So that's touching this is touching that, this is touching that, this crosses the line here, this goes that way, or it applies to all of them this time. So what I'm seeing here again with some type of like emotional wish or multiple wishes relating to also our relationships, there's that need to go with the flow. This could have something to do with the Pisces here, Capricorn, or during Pisces season, or where you have Pisces in your chart, or someone else does, or it has nothing to do with the zodiac frequencies, and it's just really about going with the flow. These fish are going with the tide, they're not against it. So over time, if we do these things, or someone else does, we're going to get closer to our wish, and we're going to feel more at home too. Remember, with that chair being right there too, feeling more at home in our relationships. It could also have something to do with our physical home or where we live as well, right? And this going back to being more proactive with something to do with the family here, and reaching for more abundance in our relationships within our family, whether it's blood family and in addition to just people we consider that we feel that are our family, even though we're not blood related, right? Your spiritual team wants this for you. That's where you're going to find answers. That's where you're going to find more sense of freedom and safety too. Okay. So cut away the questioning that we talked about before, because that's not helpful anymore. And just keep working on those healing vibrations. Keep working on things that make you happy. Okay. Bringing in that feminine energy. The feminine energy thing is like really big throughout this whole reading. Okay. So I know that was long-winded. I hope some of this does make sense at some point for you. Always feel free to let me know in the comments or privately, however, or not at all, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay. But again, enjoy this time period, Capricorn. And I know we're almost out of your season, but you know, happy belated birthday again, and happy new year, and all those things. So I will be also posting the picture that I took of your bones and charms earlier, after this live is done, in a little while, in case you want to look at the picture again or anything like that. But yes, thank you guys so much for your energy, your likes, your subscriptions, whether it's on YouTube, FaceTalk, oh my God, let's try that again. TikTok, FaceTalk, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. However, I really do appreciate it, and I know it's been a long day. So happy new year again, you guys, and I'll see everybody